We don't condone the use of any illegal substance or any illegal activity. This video is intended for instructional and educational purpose only. Watch at your own risk. Viewer discretion is advised.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
In the garden where the green leaves sway, see bunnies rolling up, we light it all way. Mr. Guinness got the bombs, we puffin' all night. Talking cultivation, yeah, we're feeling alright. Light it up, feel the vibe, let it be known. Garden Cultivation Network, we on the scene. Rolling that green, living out the dream. Chatting about the strains, how to plan it right. Join us every week, yeah, we light up the night. Wednesday to Friday, we keep it alive. Cannabis talks, everybody's feeling high. Sharing secrets of the grow is a sacred art. In this cultivation game, you gotta play your part. Keep it real, keep it tight, watch the plants grow. Garden Cultivation Network, we on the scene. Rolling that green, living out the dream. Chatting about the strains, how to plan it right. Join us every week, yeah, we light up the night.
Happy Wednesday.
What is up? Yes. Happy Wednesday. Absolutely. Middle of the week. My favorite.
Yes.
It's actually not my
And
favorite. The end of the week is my
weekend.
favorite.
Yes.
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 Absolutely. Today was cold. Not cold, but I left the house this
Cooler.
morning and I should have worn a hoodie and I did not. And I froze for half the day.
It was beautiful here.
Down here in old Canada, eh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So last week we had a great guest. We had Chaotic from Chaotic Genetics. That was my first time speaking with him. He was a pretty cool guest.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought he was pretty cool. I talked to him a bunch of times before that, never face to face or anything, but yeah, he was really cool actually, and I can't wait to grow these seeds out too. Botched
I
wine
was gonna
and
say I've seen.
Georgia Hope.
Nice. I was gonna say I have seen his people grow out his genetics, and they are beautiful plants.
They are. Absolutely. Yeah, we saw Dr. Dank Nugs grow one of his out. I think he grew the Daga. And we saw Tazzarello grow his out as well. And I think he did the Georgia Hope and he's doing something else right now as well. So it's nice being
Yes.
able to kind of follow along and see other people grow. That's what I love about some of the smaller breeders on Instagram or YouTube. You can actually see some of their work before and you can actually talk to some of them before, while, and after you've grown them. So it's a lot of fun. A lot more fun doing it that way than it is to go with some of these big companies, for sure.
Yes. And
But
thank you,
and Friday night.
everyone. Go ahead.
No, go.
Okay, so I was just going to say thank you, everyone, for being here. And I was going to get into the next guest we have this Wednesday, but I believe you want to touch on something before that.
I was just gonna say Friday nights we do our Show Your Grow. If there's anybody in the chat that is new tonight, I have seen a couple new faces in here tonight and last Friday. So if you are new, we do a Show Your Grow on Friday. So you're welcome to come up on the panel and show what you grow. We post the link in the chat and you just click the link and you come on up. And anybody that does come up on a Friday night, you are automatically entered into a wheel spin, and then you get put in, whoever wins that wheel spin gets put into a giveaway at the end of the month or the beginning of the next month. I think is kind of how we worked it last round.
And last month winner was Dr. Dank Nugs, but he already has a GCN shirt, so he was nice enough and he passed his winning on to CBD Irie.
Yes. And speaking of GCN shirts, here's one of the new ones. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that is green. It doesn't really look green on my screen, but
It looks like a grayish green.
yeah, and it's like super bright green, like new growth on your plants green.
Yeah.
That's what it
I
looks
can
like.
see it more now. Depends on the light in your room or your studio.
Yeah. Maybe that's a little better. I don't know, but I just like it. It's a nice, simple design, very clean. But yeah, other than that, we got a pretty dope guest tonight. I'm excited to learn more about what he does.
Yes.
He's got
So
crazy outdoor scrogs from what I've seen, and
yes.
also we also just learned today that he grows indoors as well. So that's pretty cool. Saw an indoor video, I think this morning or maybe this afternoon. I'm not sure. So organic,
And he
crazy
grows
scrogs, crazy scrogs. I'm
and
actually looking forward to hearing all about it.
he also grows more than just cannabis, so it's going to be interesting to get to learn more.
Yeah, I want to hear more about them. Trying to think of how he put it.
The
The,
beans
mo-
or the
the
pole.
motherfucking pole beans.
Yeah.
Hell
Oh, there
yeah,
you go.
yeah,
Good said it. Let's not forget those pole beans.
exactly, exactly. That's what I'm
So
talking about.
who is it we're talking about, Ganix?
So we have plant time with Pete. What's going
What's
on?
up? How's it going?
It's going good, man. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm loving it. I'm doing pretty great.
Nice. That's always good to hear. Definitely. And for for anybody that is in the chat that doesn't know you or is new to you, do you want to let them know who you are and kind of what it is that you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, I'm Pete. I just like growing stuff. I started growing 2.5 years ago when I found out that it was
Oh
legal to
wow.
grow in Ohio.
Beautiful.
We just had some random seeds laying around, and I went to Lowe's and got some 5-gallon buckets and Amazon the tent, and I was just like, I'm doing it. And so those plants were they were kind of rough, but I learned a lot, and I'm so glad that I got away from Grow Reddit. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's not a friendly place.
Reddit. You gotta love Reddit for
Yeah,
sure. But I mean,
I love Reddit.
at one time, all there was those forums. So
That's
there
true.
was no YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and all that. So I mean, there was, but there wasn't like a whole cannabis community over there. So it's cool to see how it's evolved, I guess, into this now instead of just
Yes.
So
Yeah,
when
I
you
think
what
started
do they call
growing,
blogging?
did you go straight to Scrog, or is that something that you got into after?
no. So, actually, the first time I grew, I didn't know anything about scrog nuts. I didn't. I didn't even know there was such thing as a fabric pot. I didn't know about synthetic nutrients. I didn't know about feeding your plant.
So
Just
you were
literally.
new.
Oh yeah. I mean, I did enough. I did enough research to know what the temperature in the tent should be, and that was about it. I I the thing was is I was looking and there was just so many different ways to do it, and everyone had a different way to do it. So
Yeah,
I was a little overwhelmed with just all the
The
information.
information. Yeah.
So the first grow just went was I lollipopped him. I did do that. Uh, I can't say exactly who, but someone very close to me that I've known my entire life told me, "Now, Pete, you gotta trim these and lollipop them, or And she was just telling me why, and I was just like, "But I've worked so hard to grow this plant. Why
yeah,
would I cut anything off of it?"
yeah. It's hard
She's
Um,
at
not
first.
wrong though.
I remember that. I actually remember that feeling. What it was like the first couple times that somebody was like, "Man, you need to defoliate that," and I'm just like shredding my plant. I'm like, "What am I doing right now?" Felt the
like
exact same way.
all my work, I still get that way even now. I've had people with the chimera cut, or I call it chimera cut. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced chimera cut, but been pronounced it wrong from the beginning, so it's wrong. But
Yeah,
that
yeah.
chimera cut
You're
plant,
invested now.
yeah, right. even with it, I've had people for weeks being like, and everyone's got their own opinion about it, but a lot of people have been like, you need defoliate underneath the foliate, and I'm like, I know you're right, I get it, airflow, like I understand with the energy, it's just like, but I don't want, I
Yeah,
don't want to start snipping
That's
stuff off this
him.
plant. Yeah,
Still,
it's funny.
I'm always telling
I'll
him to defoliate.
and I'll be so proud of myself. I'm like, man, look at this. I just defoliated. I show her, and she's like, where?
yeah. Where it's like I
Where?
took
Where
these
did
two
you
leaves off.
defoliate? Right? Like
Yeah.
I took a 5-gallon bucket off of these 12 plants. What do you mean? You know,
Oh
can't
man,
even
12
tell.
plants. Yo, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna ask this, and if you can't answer it, totally cool. But how many plants? I guess the first question is, how many plants are you allowed to have, and do you have that many? I don't know what the laws are up there. And if it is
So we're allowed 4,
okay, perfect.
and
So you're 4 plants.
I guess how I'll say it is
If you have a medical license, you can have
I don't
more.
I don't have the number that we're allowed.
That's fair. Cool.
So you can take that either I have less or I have more. It's either way.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm
Cool.
just curious to know, is it cool if I ask a question? Is that cool if I do that? I don't wanna.
Sure,
Okay.
absolutely.
Of course.
We try to just have more like conversation than anything
Okay.
else. So
I just didn't wanna be butting in and, like, running all over, but,
no, no, you're good.
so I grew 12 plants last year. That's how many
Yep.
we're allowed to have 6 per adult in the household, so 6 for me, 6 for my wife, and I ran synthetic newts with it, and I just found it to be such a task. Like, it was a
Yes.
lot of work.
It can
Um,
be for sure. What kind of nutrients were you using? Like what brand was it?
Fox Farm. So that's the first
Fox
thing I
Farm.
start because that's what our local nursery carries. They carry the Fox Farm, like the Happy
Yeah,
Frog and the
the
Ocean
soil and
Forests.
yeah,
And I think it was the Tiger's Blood for Bloom and then Grow Big for when it was vegging. I did use Gaia Green, their Bloom when it
yep.
switched to flower, but I would mix and thinking back on it now, I could have done this 100 different ways to make it easier, but I mixed up each plant's water individually.
Right.
Oh
So
boy.
instead of like a big, and now I'm just thinking you
12, 12
could have used a
times you.
bucket.
Oh
Yeah.
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 So I'd be out there for like 3
Yeah,
hours and
that's how I do it. Like I'll usually if I have 12 plants going on, it won't be 12 plants in flower or 12 plants in veg. Usually it'll be like 6 in flower, 6 in veg, or 8
well, that's
in veg
smart.
or whatever, you know what I mean? So at
Yeah.
that point they're getting different nutrients anyways.
Right. That's fair.
So I would mix up like a bucket for this tent and a bucket for this tent. I normally do like per tent. Unless they're all in
Okay.
the same stage, then I don't care. Then I just mix up one reservoir or one bucket worth and feed them all at the same time. And if
So you, oh,
we
sorry, go
all
ahead.
get them where you get one that's like more finicky than the others, there's always that one plant that wants
Right.
more or wants less. So that one plant gets exactly what everything else does, and if it's unhappy, then she got to go.
I feel you. Yeah, that's cool. So you
So
probably have do you guys mostly grow inside or do you grow outside?
I do both.
uh
Okay.
yeah, Bunny does both. I do both, but I haven't I'm not growing outside this year, and I don't think I grew outside last year either, which is crazy for me.
No.
But I'm still having a hard time getting over the fact that I'm not growing outside anymore because I just moved into a new place a
Okay.
little bit over a year ago, and I don't have fences around my yard, and I live right in the city, so everybody can
Yeah.
just see my whole backyard. So
They'll just
I
take
can't.
them.
Yeah,
Okay, so you live in a bigger city then. Oh,
yeah,
you said Ontario, so that's a pretty big city. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. Ontario, I believe, is the second biggest province
Okay.
in Canada.
Okay.
So we actually have more land mass than like California or Texas,
Holy fuck.
but California has like 3 times or 4 times the amount of people that we have. So your population is way bigger, but
Right.
land mass is huge over here. So
Well, I guess I just don't ever think about like, not having I mean, I have a fence. I built a privacy fence a few years ago. But like with where I live now, it's like just a safe. place. It's like the
Yeah,
safest place I've ever lived. I've lived in some pretty rough areas and that I wouldn't dare just leave something like that outside. But here, it's like
yeah.
my neighbors drive by and they're like, "Oh boy, it looks like a bonsai tree." So it's like it's cool. It's cool
That's
out here.
I think that's a sign of maturity. I think that's a sign of growing up. You live in a
Yeah,
safe neighborhood now. It's great for the kids. It's got a
right.
fence. You got a nice garden.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like one, I'm like, one, how did I make it here alive? And two, it's like I'm constant, and I shouldn't think like this, but I'm constantly just like, how did I deserve this? Like
Right.
I shouldn't be here, but so it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. No, that is cool. Definitely. It's nice, like when you get to this point and you can kind of look back and you're like, man, I didn't think I was going to live past 20. And
Oh, I
now I got
know.
a house, I got kids, I got this, it's a rewarding feeling for sure.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
cool, man. Growing up is kind of lame, but also pretty cool at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I get that.
Yeah,
Definitely can be lame for sure. But then like you spend your whole childhood hoping and wishing that I was older. I wish I was older. And then you get older and you're like, fuck me, I wish I was young. I
I
wish I was
know,
young
dude.
again.
I know. That's hitting me
But
hard nowadays. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
I had my, but at the same time, it's like I think you can spend, I was pretty wild in my 20s, but like I had a great time and it like it led me to where I'm at now. So I can't really be too upset about it. So
yeah. There's not a lot I would change. I think
nah, yeah.
whatever we did, whatever we didn't do made us who we are today. So I think everything that either
Mhm.
got done or didn't get done was important. I think there was a reason for it. So
I
whether
agree.
that's true or not, I don't know.
Who
I don't
knows?
know. I don't make the rules. I just live by them.
Right.
But what was it that got you into growing? Were you growing other stuff before cannabis, or did you just jump in and start growing cannabis first?
So I have had some plants in the past. The first year we lived in this house, we did a small garden in the back. Um, some tomatoes and cucumbers, and where I lived in South Carolina, I would typically always grow like tomato. Well, I don't want to say always. The 1 year out of seven that I lived there previously, when I came back to South Carolina, I grew tomatoes. But no, I wasn't growing anything when I started growing. Pot. I literally just like found out that it was legal, and I was just like, because to be honest with you, I could take it or leave it. Like, I'm pretty much stoned perpetually, like, but I also, I don't burn it down like my wife does.
Right.
My wife can fucking burn it down.
Yeah.
And and it's cool. I remember when I first met her, I was watching her do dabs, and she ripped this thing like 14 times, and I'm just like, I would be dead. I'm freaking out just watching you hit that, yeah.
Yeah.
But she likes to smoke, and it really helps her. I don't use it for anything medical. The same person that I won't mention who it is, that I've known my whole life and I love dearly, they have fibromyalgia, and they were on all kind of pain pills and everything,
Yeah.
when all the time I was growing up, and nothing helped. And then she they were actually very against me smoking when I started smoking. And then finally, after I graduated, she was like, "Do you have any MJ for my blood pressure?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is a fucking trap." So, but my my whole point to saying that was that my wife, she uses it for medical reasons, and so does the other person that I hold dear to me. And so and at the dispensary, it gets, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like way cheaper than what I ever paid for it when I was running
Right.
around doing
But
the
Yeah.
it's
same
Yeah.
thing.
still, yeah.
But still, if you're blowing through a fucking ounce a week, that gets,
Expensive.
I guess
And
the
Yep.
not only that, but like, I don't trust it. I don't trust dispensary weed. Like, I'm not 100% sure how it is in the US, but Canada, I don't trust it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I
when I can
think
get weed from a good home grower or from myself that grew it from home, you pretty much know everything that's in it, whether
right.
it's whatever nutrients the person's using or whatever you're using, if you're the one that harvested it, you're trimming it, you're looking at every inch of every bud, you know if there's mold in there, you know everything about
Right.
that plant. So I just don't feel safe with all the different drugs and shit that are out there nowadays, buying it from people off the street. I don't feel safe with like mold and bacteria and all that shit that they say they test and find on dispensary weed nowadays, like
Right.
this is our
Yeah.
government weed. It's unsafe.
Well, and I'm kind of right there with you, but what's crazy is there's still like a looming ignorance to me with weed. And I say that because when I moved, like the move from Ohio to from South Carolina, like it's mad illegal in South Carolina. Like they're not going to ask questions if you get caught with it. They're going to take you to
Yeah.
jail or give you a ticket or whatever it is. um but I was so blown away that you could just go to a store and buy weed. So at first I was like, this is so fucking dope. It's so dope. All this shit looks so nice. And I really don't know that much about like it's still, if you ask me, hey, what's a terp? Like what does it do? Like yeah, I'd
Right.
be like, I don't know. Myrcene, and that's one of them, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know if I'm
Yeah.
saying it right. So
You're close enough. You're close
yeah.
enough that I know and everybody else would know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I think I'm right there with you. Is now that I'm meeting people who have been um, doing this for a while, like growing their own weed and like making their own genetics. And the more I talk to them, the more I see it's like, oh man, the dispensaries here are becoming just like the grocery stores where you like it looks really good, but
Yeah.
it tastes like technology, and that's kind of weird. It's like, why does it taste
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah. That's a
So,
good way to look at it, really.
and I also don't I also I don't have to have like the dankest fucking stinkiest most put my head in the dirt weed either. I think just the fact
Yep.
that like that I've grown it and I can just smoke joints consecutively if I felt like it.
Yeah.
It's
Whenever
like,
you
Yeah.
want.
yeah,
Yep.
it's like and I
You
think, do you
become a
think there's
grower and you get that endless supply. So it doesn't matter if it's the best in the world or not, because you can smoke 12 to that guy's one because you didn't pay for it. He did.
right? And I
You know?
mean, and like you said, it's in it. You know exactly what's in it. Like I even got this, and I felt I kind of felt like a douche, but this guy I work with brought me some that he grew, and like it very obviously like had mold all over it. And I didn't want to shit on him and be like, bro, this shit's got mold all over it. And
Yeah. I don't want to smoke your stuff.
yeah, he was like, what'd you think about that, Pete? And I was just like, oh man, it was something, like no one.
It was something.
Yeah,
That's funny.
so man, I can't even remember what you asked. I just started on a tangent. We were
That's all
talking,
right. I don't even remember what I asked. So,
but I think what's cool about like growing is now I'm learning. Like I've got all these people that I talk to like on a regular basis. I've got a couple cats that I talk to almost every single day about what I should be doing and how I should be doing it. And I take there's a couple of people's advice I take super serious because you can tell like when you see their grows that like they know what they're doing and they're not shitty about it. You'll have some people come on there and be just kind of shitty about like
yeah,
like
I'm
the,
smarter than you and you don't know shit and you should do it
right.
my way
Yeah.
and only my way because I know everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Those
that's
people.
that's and it's just like how do you smoke weed and be that how are you that grumpy and like what
Yeah.
I'm saying
How do you go to sleep at night knowing that you're that much of a dick? You know what I
I don't
mean?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And don't get me wrong, I've been a dick before too. So like I see where they're coming from,
For
but like
sure.
just constantly living in that state of like I'm bet it's like man, you think what kind of life would it be if like your whole existence was I'm better, I know better. It's like you have nothing to look forward to, yeah, at
And
all.
the
Nothing
thing with
ever.
this
You'll
plant
never get
is
better
that
either.
you never stop learning. I don't care if you've been growing 20 years, I don't care if it's 40 years or 2 years. Like you will never stop learning. I'm still learning and I've been growing for I think 8 years now
Oh, that's
in
awesome.
total.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super
Well, that's
cool.
I
that's
just
it.
learned
Like
that
we always
I've been underwatering for years. Like,
8 years in,
So
hey, better late than never.
Right.
that's
Better late
right.
than never.
Yeah. These
I
pots are
mean,
starting to hold water. Is this too much or?
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And the funny thing is Bunny's always growing really nice plants.
Yeah.
But now that she's actually giving the proper amount of water, she goes, "Holy shit, these things actually grow a lot faster when you give them water."
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
will message me for like advice on like what to do, and if I know, I will help them out, and I'll let them know too. Like it would probably be good. Like it's so dope that you're reaching out to me to look for advice, and it's like a very nice feeling, and I'm glad that I could be there for somebody in that way. But a lot of the times, man, I have to tell them like, yo, I don't know, let me direct you to someone who tells me what the fuck's going on all the time,
yeah.
you know.
But you know what
And
the cool thing about that is the fact that you actually come out and say, "I don't know," because a lot of people won't do that. A lot of people will just give you an answer when
oh
they
yeah,
don't
that
know,
sucks.
and it's not
Yeah.
it's not the right answer. And then
Yeah.
the only person that feels that is the person that just got the advice because they just took bad advice and now they're growing shitty plants, and it's
Mm.
not even their fault,
Yeah, that's
you
fair.
know. So
Yeah,
I
that
always
is
And
tell
there's
super
people, if
fair.
so
even if
much to
I
think
give you
about
advice,
too.
even if
There's
I
so
give
much to think.
advice
Go
and
ahead.
I feel super confident with it, I still tell people, take the information that I just gave you and go do more research. Now you got a starting
Yeah.
point. Go learn about that before you even touch your plants. You know what I
Right.
mean? I
Yeah.
can't tell you every single detail, but I can at least put you in the right direction and get you onto the right information to look for.
Right.
That's right.
I still think
And every
everybody
grow
should
is
be
different
educated
too.
in their own way.
Yeah. And what might work for you may not work for me because we have different environment. We're using different soil. We're using different nutrients. Our humidity is different. You know, it could be so many different things too that could be wrong.
Yeah.
And that's a super good point. I the video that I made earlier today, um, said something to that effect, and I had this guy, I wish I could remember what his handle was now, but I've seen his videos before, and um, he's a really cool cat, I think. But he sent me a message that pretty much said that he lives pretty much in a swamp, like his backyard's a swamp, but he's learned
Hmm.
how to grow in that swamp. And when people comment on his stuff and tell him, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, but it's like, you're not taking into consideration he's not doing this in a tent. He's doing this in a fucking swamp. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Or even just in a grassy backyard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I put
I
plants out
did.
into the middle of my yard or I put them in a swamp, it's going to be different. You would think that
Right.
would be more
Oh,
humid
yeah.
in that swampy area because it's just surrounded by water and moisture, right? Where my
Yeah.
backyard might not be that way. It might be completely different environment just because of where it's located. Might be in the same city, but it might just be a little bit of a different environment because of the area
Hmm.
that it's located in. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Super good point.
But yeah, I can see why people like if people were looking at your Instagram page, I could understand why people would reach out and say, I think he knows what he's doing because they look at your plants and like your canopies
They're
are
huge.
huge. They're massive. And you got really nice looking scrog nets that you've built. And like everything looks super clean and looks very, very professional. So if I was a
Oh,
new
thank you.
grower and I was growing a similar way, or I wanted to grow a similar way, and I saw your page, I would definitely reach out for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
So
And that is fair. I think I don't want to say hoo hoo, I got lucky, but I do think I will say that what I'm doing this year with this grow is something I've never done. I've I did research. I did a lot of research. But
yeah,
the thing that I figured out from that research is there's a thousand fucking ways I could do this,
yeah,
and
Yes.
there's not
and
one
none of
way
them are
that's
wrong, and none of
right.
them are wrong. You know what I mean?
And,
Like,
Yeah.
right. And so I literally just I kind of just picked and choose what I thought sounded cool, and
And you make your own style.
yeah, and you just and you run with it. And if it doesn't work, oh well, you can fucking try it again, you know? And
Exactly. What did I say? If at first you don't succeed, brush yourself off and try again.
that's right. And don't get me wrong,
Yes.
that is not always super easy to do. I had 3 plants that, and some lessons were learned, lessons were learned. February, I started these plants,
Yeah.
and so I can't remember exactly when, but before it was warm enough for them to go outside and before the light was right for them to go outside, I put them outside because they filled up my tent, and, started I did the Shamir cut plant the right way as far as putting it out when I should, and I got so involved with that plant that I totally neglected these other plants, and they had already budded, and then they went into re-veg, and they started looking a little shitty, and I was like, "Oh shit, maybe I should go check out, see what's going on with these." Spider mites everywhere. I
Oh,
mean, it was
Oh,
I mean, it was like, like if you see
that's
like a if you see like a baby fall or something, you're like, "Oh," like
yeah.
that's what I did. That's exactly
Oh,
what I did.
he
Yeah.
he just went
I'll
through
tell
that.
you on my indoor plants. I just
Oh
went through
no.
that. So I work outside. I'm constantly digging in the ground. I'm constantly, just stirring up the earth, and there's who knows what in there. And there's always
Right.
bushes and trees. Like I do a lot of concrete. There's a lot of bushes around people's sidewalks and gardens and stuff like that. So I'm constantly in plants all
Right.
day, every day. And just somebody had reached out and asked me if I could help them um, with if their plants were male or female. And I said, take a picture of this spot. And I went to go take a picture of my plants on where I wanted them to take the picture of. And in my camera, I could see the webs, but with my eye, I could not see them. And I was like, wait, what the fuck is that? So I get a little closer and I'm zooming in with my phone. And sure enough, so on my Instagram page, there's a video on there of what I put them through. And they are, I think they're clean now, but
They're
I know how you
beautiful
feel.
again.
I know how you feel. It
That's
was like that.
that yeah, that's cool. That's cool that you post when shit goes wrong too. I think that it's a very to see it because being on the internet's weird, right? I mean, does everyone
Let's be
agree?
real, yes,
I
a hundred
I couldn't
percent.
agree with you more.
Being on the internet's weird. And I feel like we're all to some degree, I don't give a fuck if you're a super tough guy or whatever. There's a part of us that's vulnerable in some
Sure.
way. But when you get on the internet, you try to, and I've had other Instagrams doing other things, and you kind of like, especially when I was younger, I just wanted to seem kind of like I was fucking like cool or whatever, and I didn't, like with this one, it
You
was
don't post
music,
the bad, just good. Yeah.
Rented
so
Lambos and giant mansions, and we've all seen those videos.
but I think there's something that really just disengages people when they see when you're like, oh man, I fucked this up. Yeah, I fucked this up bad,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so, and
Well,
that's cool
and
that.
yeah, you're embarrassed about it. You don't want the rest of the world to see it, especially like with us. Like we're on here trying to show people and teach people and help people and stuff like that. But honestly, if you post your mistakes or misfortunes when things go wrong, that just proves that not that every single grower, no matter what stage you're at, you're gonna run into problems. There's no such thing as a perfect grow. I don't care if it's your most perfect grow that you've done or the closest thing to a perfect grow. That's okay to say, but I really honestly I don't think there's ever been a perfect grow in history because something is off. You might not even
Yeah,
know. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Something's off somewhere a little bit, or it can always be better the next time, no matter how good this one was. Um, but I think it's at least as important or more important to show when we have things go wrong. Because I feel with myself, I learn more from mistakes than I do from success.
Oh,
If
for
I
sure.
succeed all the time, I'm not going to change anything. I'm never going to get any better because I'm just succeeding all the time. Where if I fuck up all the time, I'm going to keep correcting those fuck ups and I'm going to get better and better as I go. And I feel like if we show our mistakes, the people that are watching or are following along with your journey, they'll see that and they'll go, oh shit,
Hmm.
I remember Ganix had a problem with spider mites. What did he do? And then they can go back to my page and look. And they might not use what I did. They might go do what somebody else did, but at least it was there as a reference for people to go back to, you know.
Yeah, without a
I think
doubt.
it's very,
That's
very important to show our mistakes or misfortunes, I guess we'll call them.
well, I agree. And something you said a while ago, you said there's never been a perfect grow. And I'll see some of these pages and not hating on them at all because some of these pages I could just scroll. It's like weed. It's just like uh this kingdom of these miraculous weed plants. I'm just like, man, that's
Yep,
awesome. And when I see them, I'm just like, yo, I want to grow something like that. You know what I'm saying?
yep, for sure.
But I also think, especially for like a cat like me who's just starting, um, it can, in a way, be discouraging to see that because you look in your tent and the leaves look like fucking rust
Yeah.
because you didn't throw any, you know, you need
Yeah,
CalMag always
yeah,
answer. No,
lockout or CalMag or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
but and you're like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? You know, and but I think you're right. I think showing what showing what you did wrong and what went wrong not only helps other people, but it also helps you not to make the same bad
and
mistake
not
again.
only that, like I said, like if you just succeed all the time, you build up this complex. Like I'm the best. Like the person that you were talking about earlier, I'm the best. I don't make mistakes. I'm perfect. Everything I do is great.
Oh man,
Then you make a
that's rough.
mistake and you're fucking humbled in a big,
Mm,
big hurry, you know? So
yeah,
and I've been there where I'm like, man, you know, I had a great run, nothing can go wrong, and then boom, spider mites, or boom, my fucking
Mhm.
light dies, or oh, I just ran out of new, like, and it might not be anything that's necessarily your fault. It might be like your light just died. Well, good luck on that perfect run without a light, you know?
right. Yeah,
So
that's
Yep.
pretty
just no
important
such thing.
component.
No matter what it
Plants
is,
don't have
shit
egos.
goes wrong. Yeah.
Oh,
Growers
what was that?
do.
Will you say that again? Plant.
Plants don't have egos.
Oh man, I
Yeah,
love that. Oh
I like that
man,
too, actually. I think that's the
I
first
got
time I've ever heard you say that.
I got goosebumps. That's good. That's a good one.
That's true.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. And
It is.
you just you know, I think my sister said something to me one time, plants don't read books. And that's another
That
one
too.
to
Yep.
throw in with the plants do or don't. You know, plants don't have egos, plants don't read books.
Yeah.
They're here to
And
survive, yo. Yeah.
I'm in the process of making a like a longer form YouTube, and a video that I was working on the other day. I said in the video, I think of what I said. Um, Plants don't give a shit how much money you spent on them.
No, they
That
don't.
too.
So it doesn't matter if you add another bottle or six other bottles or what type of nutrient it is. It's what the nutrient is. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If it's nitrogen, it doesn't give a shit if it's advanced nutrients, Gaia Green, Down to Earth, Green Rush, Green Planet, Hydrazine. It doesn't matter. But if it's nitrogen, that's what it wants. It doesn't give a shit about the brand name and how much it costs. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. They want nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. They want that. That's what they want. So,
Damn. Man, I'm
you
so
know,
glad that y'all hit me up. I feel like I'm learning so much already just about my not even about growing, but just as my whole mindset with growing, man. That's awesome.
like when I
That's so
was when
cool.
I was growing organically, I was buying Gaia Green, which, you know, nothing wrong with it. I like Gaia Green. I always had great success with Gaia Green, and I would probably use it again. Um, but then I started looking other places for things
Hmm.
um, like buying alfalfa. I can go buy alfalfa meal, and yeah, it's already ground up and it's a powder and it's ready to top dress my plants right now. Or I could go to the feed store and I could buy the alfalfa there. And yeah, it's
Hmm.
a little bit more work that I have to put into it, but it's still alfalfa,
Right.
you know? Or like there's so many ways to kind of cut costs down and stuff like that. So I don't know. Once you're getting deeper into it, you kind of start looking around for stuff like that
Oh yeah.
for
I mean,
sure.
I don't even feel like I got deep into it and I was already I think I know just on the amendments that I got like from Down to Earth, the just the amendments. And I'm not talking about the pumice that I got. or or the worm castings or any of that. I think I had almost $400 just tied up in those.
Yep.
Which, if you think about it, like I can make sense to it in my brain because it's like, well, I'm spending $400 on this, or I could spend $400 at the dispensary in 2 weeks, and this is gonna probably last me a better part of,
Exactly.
so
Yep.
but also it's like, bro, I got 3 kids, I got a mortgage, I'm a roofer, I'm like, I'm not out here making a killing.
Right.
So $400 to me, I mean, that's not something I take lightly, you know what I mean?
Yep. That's one of the reasons why I got into organic in the first place was because um, I was using synthetic nutrients like we were talking about earlier, and I had like 77 bottles of different nutrients that I was feeding every other day or whatever it was, and because they had really cool pictures on the bottle, they were expensive,
Yeah,
and there really wasn't that much in the bottles. And if I wanted
right.
those bottles that were bigger, it was going to cost me, two, three, four times the price.
Mhm.
And I just looked at it, I said, like, I can't keep going like this. Like, first of all, I can't afford it. Second of all, I
Right.
don't have time to mix all these nutrients.
Yeah.
That's when I started getting into the organic. So, yes,
Yeah,
it's a little
that's
bit more expensive maybe to get into it, but the dry amendments last way longer. You don't have to use them as often. You top dress and you're like hands free for 3, 4 weeks, and it's just
that's
water from there.
that's what I can't believe is, I and I think what really got me into doing the organics was, one, because yeah, the synthetic niche for me was a lot of work, but I just thought, like, when I started like learning about like regenerative soil and like living soil, and I'm just like, wait, you're telling me that like microbes and shit just fucking, and again, I don't understand it. I got a homie Ty, and that could tell you all about it, and I
Yep.
can't. Um, but like, I'm like, they just do that. Like, I'm saying we could make all that happen by just like mixing some shit in a pot, and yeah, and I don't know if like, I don't know enough about it to know if, I like ran worms in that big pot, and I like did some other, so I still don't know if I'm at that point where it's doing all that or not. But what I will say, and fingers crossed, knocked on wood, whatever, not being fucking cocky, I hope that when it switches to flower, it still does great. But like, yo, this plant like is just fucking green, like a
Yep.
fucking nice green. And like, I know
Yep.
with those, that when I was running synthetic newts, it would be like, there'd always be something. It's like, oh, the tips are burnt, I'm using too much, or like they're turning yellow, I need not,
Yep.
and it was just like constantly something. But like, it is just blowing my mind that and I don't even water this thing, really. I just let
Just
when it
rain.
rains. Yeah.
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 That's a nice thing about using the dry amendments, though. Like, if you were feeding synthetic nutrients, you're watering that in every
Right.
time. But if it just rained for 7 days in a row, you can't water
Right.
because you can't give it nutrients. So if you top dress and you're giving it the dry amendment or whatever, you're feeding the soil, as they say. Every time it rains, your plants are getting fed. They're getting that food that they need. So that's another cool thing about growing outdoors with dry amendments is you really don't have to do much to them at that point other than make sure that they're fed and it's available. And
Right.
then as long as you don't go into a crazy drought and you get enough rain once in a while, like you got bigger pots too, so I imagine your pots stay wet longer as well. They don't, then when I first started growing outside, I was growing in 10-gallon pots eating cocoa,
Oh,
and I'd
oh
water them in
fuck.
the morning, and by lunchtime they'd be dry and falling over.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that was one of the stupid things that I had to learn the hard way. Don't
Right.
use cocoa outside when it's 110 degrees all summer long.
Right.
So, but now if you had to go back to the beginning, knowing what you know now, is there something that you would have changed at the start?
Um, Absolutely. If I could go back knowing what I know now, and like having, I would first thing I would do was buy a decent light.
Right away.
Because the first run I did, um I used a grow light from Lowe's, and don't get me wrong, the shit came out. My wife loved it. She liked that the stuff that came out of the first grow more than she did the three different kinds I grew the next grow. And was very sad when we finished smoking that up. So, and I know, and what I've learned is it sometimes it's genetics more so than how you grow it, from what I understand. But I would definitely get a light. I would invest in if I was growing indoors, I would get I would spend the most of my money on a light. Um,
Yeah.
and I would probably I don't know if I would go back to synthetic yet. Um, I think that there's gonna be a time and a place where I am going to wanna try. Now, let me ask you this, because I don't know. If you're doing a hydroponic grow, can you still do that organically, or do you have to use synthetic nutrients?
No, I think you can. I think there's certain nutrients that you can get. Like there is liquid organic nutrients as well.
Okay.
There's Green Rush, which is an organic nutrients. Actually, they're really good nutrients. They're Canadian. They're from actually right around where kind
Oh,
of in
nice.
between Bonnie and I. But they're all over the place. I know lots of American growers that have Green Rush nutrients, so they ship all over the place. But it's a powder, but it's you add it to the water, and it's a
Okay,
two-part. It's a grow and a bloom.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
crazy simple to use, and I also like actually Green Rush for in between top dressing.
Okay.
I might forget to top dress today when I should have, and I might remember next week and go shit. Like now my plants are deficient, so now I need something.
Right.
I like to water it in with a tea or use the Green Rush kind of to help kick everything off and maybe fill in the blanks between. But yeah, there is definitely organic nutrients that you can use for hydroponics. Neither
Okay.
Bunny or I grow in hydroponics, so there's probably people out there that would be able to give you a much better answer than that. But I
Oh,
feel
for
like
sure.
I feel like
Yeah.
there is.
Well, I think if I could go back, I definitely would be the light, and I would go ahead and just do organic, because it is a little work up front, but I mean, I've just been so pleased with how the big plant has been growing, and uh, other than that, I mean, that's probably it. If I was going to start again and start in the tent like I did, I think that the only thing I would do, well, and fabric pots. I would get a fabric pot. Also.
Yeah, you started
I
in
think,
plastic.
oh yeah, the 5 gallon bucket low special.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, you did
Oh
say
yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? I did too. I started my very first. Shouldn't say my very first grow, but my very first grow that I actually like took serious. Like I'm gonna pay attention to these and actually grow these properly. I grew with dirt from my backyard that I just dug a hole and put in the bucket. So right off the bat, I wasn't growing them properly, and I put it into a white 5 gallon bucket outside. Like
What's
again,
the dirt? What's the dirt like there? Is that a weird question? Or
uh,
like,
it's
is
like
it like?
it's like clay.
Okay, ours is like mad sandy. It's like
Good,
I don't know.
good
It's
for
like real,
drainage.
real gritty.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry. I don't.
It
I
depends on
wanted.
where you go, like where in the city you go. Like this neighborhood's super hard clay, and I might go 10 minutes down the road, it might be pure like play sand, almost like beach sand.
Oh wow.
So it just depends on where you are in the city. So
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy
Okay.
actually. Like I dig a lot of holes for my job, and
Yeah.
I'm constantly we get to one end of the city, and I'm like, it's sand over here. It's not that big of a deal. We get over to another side. I'm like, fuck, it's clay again. This isn't gonna
Yeah.
be good. Like I just know
Right.
when we get to that area that what it's gonna be most of the time.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
cool.
and actually we're actually building a fence for somebody right now, and we did a fence for them a few years ago when we did the back fence, rock hard clay. This
Mm.
time we're doing a fence along the side of their yard. It's all sand,
Oh man, what a blessing.
like 4 feet down on the ground, all sand. It's crazy.
That's great.
10 feet away, 10 feet away from where I built the last fence. Doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. But what are you gonna, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but the dirt that I used for my first grow was clay. My backyard was all clay, and that's what it was.
Okay.
And I just broke it all up and grew a couple plants in it. And then, I mean, it really didn't turn out great, but it turned out better than it could have for sure.
Oh yeah. I bet you were still pumped.
Absolutely. And I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, no matter how shitty your first grow is or how good your first grow, it's the best weed you've ever smoked
Oh
because
yeah.
it's your first grow, and that's always going to be your most rewarding, I think.
Yeah.
At
That
least
weed.
at least in my experiences, it was always my most rewarding because it was my very first. You always
Oh
remember your
yeah.
first.
Yeah. I mean, I remember mine because I hit it and immediately started having a panic attack. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, I'm so high. I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I'm sitting there holding my chest, and my wife's like, "Babe, are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm just dying inside. I'm straight. I'm good."
Yeah,
But
that's funny.
I
I
mean, I
grew a
was getting.
blue dream like that too, actually.
Oh, did you?
Super heart attack weed, I called it. Yeah,
Yeah. I I'd get like that. And actually, one of the cats I talked to, Gut Feeling on Instagram, he tried to explain to me. He said, because I told him I get like that when I smoke. I was like, I get up to a certain point, and I'm just like, man, like I know I can breathe, like for sure, but like it definitely
yeah,
feels like I'm dying. And he's like, nah, man, you just got to smoke through that. He was like, you just smoke through that, you come out on the other end, and it makes sense. But every time, and I think about it too when I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh man, fuck, I should have just like ashed this and passed it back. And I'm like, what would Gut Feeling do? He keeps smoking this bitch right now. And I'm just like, no, I can't do it. But
or what
so,
you could do, and I'm not disagreeing with him at all. You could let it go another week when you're growing it. Let it grow longer. Let those
oh,
trichomes
okay, yeah,
go further into amber because then you get into that CBN, which is more that like couch lock, like that
right.
in the couch indica kind of feel. The earlier you harvest, the cloudier your trichomes are, the riper, or it's when they're at their peak ripeness of when you want to smoke it. But
Hmm.
not everybody wants to smoke THC when it's that potent. You
Right.
know, that's why some people like to go a little farther into the amber trichomes because then they're degrading at that point. But it's also changing from THC to CBN, which is kind of what sedates you. It's that sedated kind of um, like painkiller. It's the more like
Right.
medical side. It gives you more of a medical feeling when you smoke it. Like helps kind of numb your pains and stuff like that. So it might be beneficial to just when you think it's ready, just let it go another week,
Yo, but isn't that so
and you
hard?
might not. You might not.
Waiting for him to turn
It
amber.
is.
Amber, you're sitting there and you're like, oh, come on.
It
Is
is.
it?
But then
Is
you
it?
won't
Yeah.
you won't have to smoke through that feeling anymore, and you just know you're gonna enjoy it all the way through. And you might not enjoy it. You might grow it one time, and you might go, "Fuck, I don't like this. I like it better the other way."
Yeah,
But
usually just try to tread. But that is a very good point, and it's also crazy to me that like I saw again my homie Ty. He just chopped his plant, but he only chopped like the fur, like a few of the branches, because like the other ones he was like they're not ready yet, and I'm just like, man, you are a better man than me, and this is probably just my inexperience. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I'm like, yo, I'm cutting this thing down. We're hanging this up. We're getting
Yeah.
yeah,
and so, but I was just like, man, what the patience. That's another thing about growing, you have to be patient. You have no choice but to be patient.
Yep.
yeah,
And if you're not a patient person like myself, because
It's
I've
hard.
conditioned, yeah, it's
yeah,
rough. And I'm sitting
yeah,
here going, oh God, it's so hard waiting on all my weed that I'm gonna have this, but like
yeah.
it is like
I've
you're
It
already
sitting
is
there.
waited
though.
4 months for this. What do you mean I gotta wait another week?
Yeah. Do you guys grow
But
autoflowers? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, no, that's you're all good.
Yes and
Autoflowers,
no. We do, but
Okay.
not
yeah,
well.
Oh,
yeah. There you go. There
oh
you go.
yeah. Um,
Terrible autoflower grower right here for sure.
Yo, I have seen some that are just, and I grew some. I grew some last year. I grew Critical Purple and LSD, which were both auto flowers, and then I grew Shishkaberry Kush, which was a photo period. And I didn't know it until actually this year because I just didn't know what I was seeing. But one of the plants, one of the auto, and I think this is what happened. I think it actually started to re-veg because when I cut it, it was like super low. I was like, oh my God, look at this bud. It's as big as my head. Then it dried out and I was like, nothing. There was nothing on it. I was like, I
Huh.
can't even smoke this.
Yeah,
So,
there's
and I don't know if
no denseness to it.
yeah, it was, and I don't know if that's what happened, but I thought maybe because I had some other plants re-veg, and then some of the buds were still really thick, but then some of them just like got like mad, like airy almost, you know.
Yeah.
But I've
You know,
seen
it's
what is
crazy.
it?
Sometimes I'll get that too. Like I'll have one plant that just kind of does that when the rest of them around it are fine under the same light, same nutrients, same environment, same everything, but just that one decided it wanted to be like that.
Yeah,
You know,
and that's a
it's
good
weird.
point too, because from what I understand, even if it's from the same plant, all the seeds aren't this. You
Right.
know, they all have different. Which is, man, we that's deep.
It
What?
is.
Wait, it's deep, yeah.
There's been a lot of times where I've got like a pack of say 5 seeds and you pop all 5 of them and not necessarily are you going to get all 5 different, but it's possible. You know, you might
Right.
get 2 that look the same and then the other 3 look completely different, totally
Yeah.
different, different phenotypes, different just different characteristics altogether, you know.
Right.
But I was saying at the beginning of the show, like it's nice to be able to talk to some of these smaller breeders, like that you can actually become friends with on Instagram or YouTube or wherever, whatever your platform is, um, because you can ask questions. They're down to earth. They'll talk to you. You know what I mean? So if you
Yeah.
get something like that, you can reach out to them and ask them questions like, "Hey, is this normal or is this 100% my fault? Like, what did I do?" You know, and
Yeah.
then they might go through and say, "You know what? I had one phenotype out of 12 that did that, and I only saw it the one time, and 50 people have grown it and never had it again. But you're the lucky one this time."
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's deep. It's definitely deep.
Yeah. And you're right too, man. There are so many cats. The grower Instagram is just so it's like 99% of those cats on there literally just want to help you. And that's so refreshing. Yeah. Where have you
Yeah,
ever been where everyone just wants to help you out? You know what I mean?
yeah. You gotta be
It's super
careful though too, because there's a lot of people that seem like that at the start too, right? Like I've come across
okay.
a few shitty people
Oh
that were
shit.
great
But
people at the start. So,
okay,
you know,
yeah.
you just got I don't know. It's just like normal life. I mean, shit, like
Right.
anybody can do that,
Right,
whether
that's
they're on the
fair.
internet or not. But
That's
I
fair.
find here there's millions of people at our fingertips all the
Right.
time. So I think we come across it more here than what we would out in public, out in our real everyday life. I
Yeah,
talk
that's
to way
fair.
more people here than I do on my, even when I'm at work. I talk to like the same 6 people every day, but on Instagram, I talk to the same 60 people every day or
Right.
20 people or whatever it is, right? So, but yeah, we, uh, we pretty much hit the end of the hour already. That was super, super quick.
It flew
Oh,
by.
oh yeah, sorry.
And
I was asking a lot of questions there. I hope that was
no, that's all
cool.
right.
That's okay.
I like the just the organic conversations. Like I like the interviews and everything, but I feel like it's a much more fun experience when it's just a conversation instead of drilling
Yeah,
somebody with questions, you know.
they can get weird, you know what I mean? So it's cool that we were able to just, chop it up.
Yeah, for sure.
We
And I
weren't
think
just sitting here like,
we'll definitely have to get you back on too because um it did kind of go that way. So I feel like there's a lot more about you that we could learn, and you probably have a lot more that you could tell. And maybe in 2 or 3 months from now, you might have some new crazy stories that you want to
oh
tell. And
man, I would love that, yo. I feel like I learned so much just talking to you guys. I'm just
oh
blessed
yeah,
that I was able to sit in the same chat room as y'all. It's you've been growing
that's
for
right.
8 years. How long have you been growing?
About the same. I started in
Okay, okay,
2018 when we went legal, so
cool,
about the same.
dope.
So, but yeah,
We
other than
also
that, I
have
mean,
our Friday night shows where everyone comes on and show their garden. So you're more than welcome to come on. Most people come on for about 15 minutes. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask them as well.
Okay,
yeah.
sweet.
And then
Yeah, that's
it
so
gives other
awesome.
people a chance too, like when they see your plants and stuff and kind of what you're doing, it gives other people a chance to kind of ask questions about it that they might not have thought of until they saw what you were doing, you know. So
Yeah, fair.
pretty dope. So yeah, if you want, you're more than welcome to pop on a Friday night as well and show us what you're doing and whether it's indoor or outdoor. If it is outdoor and you want to show it, it might be dark by the time we start. So if that's the
Right.
case, you could send us a video too, like a 1 minute video, and we could throw it up there as well.
Yo, that's
That
awesome.
way it's
Well,
daylight.
I just want to say, thank you guys so much for having me on here. I mean, it's been,
Of course.
I was kind of blown away when you asked, that was like a month ago. And so thank you so much for scheduling it so far out. Cause like, I feel like I'm so busy all the time and this worked out perfect. So I
Yeah,
really
no,
appreciate you guys.
no, we're glad that you did, man. It was nice to meet you.
Yes.
Like I didn't know you before, and then Bunny was like, "Hey, check this guy out. He's got some really cool plants." And then she
Yeah.
got me into what you were doing, and yeah,
I just really
been
started in
watching
March,
for the
so
last little while.
I hadn't even been on here that long. So like I said, I feel very blessed, and it was awesome being able to talk to you guys about this stuff and the perspective you have.
Absolutely, man. No, we appreciate you coming on. And do you want to let everybody know where they can get a hold of you, where they can find you?
Yo, just right now, just Instagram, Plant Time with Pete, PTW underscore Pete. I think. I hope that's what it
Yeah,
is.
I have the
Um,
link down
okay.
in the description. So if anybody wants to go check it out, just click the link and it'll take you right there. So,
So yeah,
oh
awesome.
yeah. Cool, cool, man. Well, we'll let you go for the night. We won't keep you any longer, but we appreciate you being here, and we'll definitely have to learn more for
Awesome.
sure.
Well, thank you guys.
Yes.
Absolutely, man. It was great talking to you.
You too.
Have a great night.
All right, you too.
Peace.
That was a lot of fun. It flew
It was
by.
fun. He's a super cool dude. Super
Yes.
cool dude. Yeah, that was a fun conversation actually. Funny, you didn't get to talk very much again.
I'm used to it. I'm used to
Shit.
it.
Yes,
No,
yes.
it was a lot of fun, and we should definitely get him back on, get to know him more. Um, it was I liked it. It was different than our normal interviews, but I actually really enjoyed it.
It was nice just having a conversation. It
Yeah,
was nice.
I
It's
really
nice when
enjoyed
you get somebody that engages back and forth, you know what I mean? And you can have that back and forth, which is really
Yes.
cool. But
Speaking of cool, so next Wednesday we have Mr. Mad Scientist coming back on. So that's going to
yes,
be
yes.
a
Speaking
very
of
good episode
autoflowers,
because he knows a lot about autos.
and actually he said something the last time he was on that's kind of stuck with me a little bit. And that
We
was
still have to have an auto grow off,
go
and he's
off.
supposed to help us both.
That's
Yeah.
where I was going with that. It really it stuck with me on that because he said he was going to coach us
Yes.
separately. Like he was
Yes.
gonna be there for any questions you had, and he would be there for any questions I had, and he would help us
Mhm.
each individually, separately from each other, so we could kind of compare plants and talk shit on the show, and show our plants. And Bunny can show me that she's growing autoflowers way better than I am, and
Yeah, right.
yeah, girls against boys. But
But
yeah,
yeah, until then, Friday, we do have Come Show Your Grow at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we would love to see what you got growing on, whether it's cannabis, a garden, flowers. We love to see it all. If you're
yes,
outdoors and it's too dark or your lights are out, you're more than welcome to send a video to Garden Cultivation Network at gmail.com or to one of us on Instagram.
yes, yes, yes. I was gonna say something now. I don't remember what it was, but that's okay. It obviously wasn't that important. But yeah, other than that, we will see you guys on Friday.
Friday.